Howdy ho, boys and girls. It is another glorious day here in Oklahoma. And I'd like to welcome you guys to a very special holiday edition of Morning Coffee with Ken. Yes. And the coffee is good this morning. Well, the caramel vanilla creamer is really good this morning. Coffee tastes like crap, but the creamer tastes pretty good. Makes it tolerable. And I love it. It's so warm. Oh, it looks like my hair is not exactly as well as I thought it was. I better keep it on this angle so it looks good. Is that better? Well, guys, since I talked to you last, it has been an absolutely crazy couple of weeks. Absolutely crazy. I'm not going to go into a lot of details, of course, but I will hit on the highlights. Let's see. Jackie and the Young Living Essential Oil team have blessed the Halford household immensely. And we appreciate it. And we thank you. And we love you for all the effort and work you guys are doing and putting it out there. And they kind of got a little something going on with some of Elizabeth's essential oil stuff. And you guys are really remarkable. Really remarkable. Well, I see why Elizabeth fell in love with you guys. But let's see. Oh, and some other things have happened. Not necessarily bad. Not necessarily good. They just happened. And, I think in the long run, it was a good. I will stick it over in the good category. But I have to say, I don't think I was ready for that. I know I wasn't ready for that. That was a strike two and a miss. But, that's what this journey is all about, is, moving forward. And sometimes moving forward, it's not always perfect. Sometimes it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And, that's okay, as long as it's forward progress. And it's been forward progress. Just because you're not ready for something doesn't mean it wasn't progress. Kind of like I don't know, you're going to make some arts and crafts or something, Oh, Nailed It. Have you ever seen the show on Netflix called Nailed It? Especially the holiday editions. I love it. It's a little cooking show or baking show, and they make these little desserts, and it's a contest, and all the people are like just regular folks. And anyways, they try to make these cakes and, little dessert treats and stuff like these professional people. And it's hilarious. If you've never watched that show, watch it. Well, that is kind of what this grief journey is about. Nailed it. Oh, I love it. It's a good show. It's one of my favorites. And anyways, we get out there and we try to make things happen, and sometimes they just turn out really, really ugly. Oh, but the next time you try to make it, it gets a little better. And the next time you try to make it, it gets even better. And before you know it, you're making a cake like a professional. And, I'm not going to be too hard on myself anymore. At first, I was really, really hard on myself going through this journey, because I just didn't feel like I should feel that bad. I didn't feel like I should, well, a lot of things, I wanted to short circuit the whole grieving process. Just shortcut it and get it over with. And even if that's an ideal you have in your head, it doesn't work that way. You can think you're going to shortcut it, but you are going to have to deal with everything, and you are going to have to go through every single step, like it or not. And that's not a bad thing. There's a reason, we have to go through those steps. And it's for growth. It's for personal growth. Because this isn't so much, I mean, don't get me wrong. There is grieving, at the loss of Elizabeth. And this is the greatest loss of my life. And I will never be the same. So a lot of this journey is not only the loss of Elizabeth, but is the rebirth of Ken. And if anybody's ever been in the delivery room at a birth, it's not a peaceful thing. It's a glorious thing after it's over. But I guarantee you, if you ask any woman giving birth how glorious she feels when she's going through it, she would tell you she would never do it again. And you're never going to touch me again. Just this stupid, give me some drugs. Hurry, please. Well, that's kind of what's going on right now with this whole grief journey. There's a lot of pain and suffering, and while you're going through it, you'd go, I don't want it. Stop it. Make it quit. But at the end, when it's over, at least this is what I'm hoping, because my journey is not anywhere near being over. But at the end, you can look back on it and see the growth. And you can see, I guess, the good out of it all. The rebirth, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going through a rebirth and figuring out who Ken is without Elizabeth. Now I'm still, grieving the fact that she's not with me. And I would do anything to have her back. But since that is not a realistic possibility, the fact of dealing with just moving on is where I'm at. And it's a personal growth journey, and it's not one you can rush. And I have finally accepted the fact that I can't make things happen. And I've also accepted the fact when it doesn't feel right and it's not working, to stop making it. I am no longer going to be shoving square pegs through round holes. Well, anybody knows me knows that is a false statement, but I am really going to try not to, because I'm really tired of doing that. And with, the holiday season, it just brings a whole new perspective on things. Elizabeth loves Christmas. It was really her time to shine. And Christmas is about a time of birth, Let's remember the reason for the season, folks. And there was a birth many, many years ago. His name was Jesus Christ, and that's why we have Christmas. And he loves us, and he sacrificed himself so that we may be absolved of our sins. And I just hope everybody remembers that this Christmas as we go through all the parties and the get-togethers and the families and the presents and the trees and the decorations and all that stuff. Let's just not cloud the true reason for the season. Me and Elizabeth have never been very preachy kind of Christians. We were Christians. We are Christians. I have a deep belief, and I lost my train of thought. It still happens, guys. I'm sorry. But, oh yeah, I remember where I was. We do have a deep belief, and but we also don't believe that we should be going around pointing our fingers at people, telling them how bad they are for their sins. I mean, because we're all sinners. I can't be casting any stones, you know. But I know I'm forgiven, and I know I'm not perfect. I keep trying to be. I don't just give up on being perfect and just do whatever. But we minister, and I guess I have to say but we ministered. I minister. We ministered by showing the love of God towards people, to people, and not passing judgment on anybody, because judgment isn't ours. That is for him. And I'm nobody's judge. You know? You're nobody's judge. That it's up to him. Our job is to just love people. Compassion, mercy, love. Those are God. That's what God's about. And if you show that to people, you are spreading the love of God. Now, some of you other people might want to call that something else. Karma, whatever, you know. But that's what it is. Because, you know, God is the foundation of everything. We didn't sprout from some murky water, you know. We didn't come from monkeys. But anyways, we're not going to get off into all that. I don't know if this has gone off rails or not. But I've shot this a couple of times already, and it's enough. So, from the Halford household to yours, Merry Christmas. And we love you. And until next time, guys.